multiple dots, or holes, as signs of the hidden Yamashita treasures. Many of you guys have encountered signs, which are composed of multiple dots, or holes, on surfaces of old concretes and huge rocks. In most cases, they form a certain figure, or shape. And sometimes, they also enclose another sign. What do they exactly mean? The common general meaning of a single dot, or hole, simply represents the hidden treasure deposit. In short, it is the hidden item itself. But the best part about it is that, when it is paired to a certain sign which result into the confirmation of the exact location, or digging spot of the hidden item. Let's have some simple, and common examples. As you notice on this sign, there are two rectangular boxes, and right at the center is the dot. The two rectangular boxes mean that the items are enclosed in some type of container, but they don't specify any hints to its location. But with presence of the dot at the center, this fully confirms that right on that particular spot is where the treasure deposit is hidden. Let's have another example. What you are seeing on this illustration is an incomplete arrow sign or marker. One side of the arrowhead is missing, and there is a dot on one side. The meaning of this Yamashita treasure sign is, treasure hidden, on this side. Again, the dot is giving a hint to the presence of the item, and its exact location. Do you still want another example? Okay, let's have one more, which is the rock enclosed treasure deposit sign or marker. I have already covered the full meaning of this rock enclosed treasure sign in one of my previous videos. So I suggest that you should go watch it, in case that you still haven't seen it yet, because it is actually a very common type of Yamashita treasure signs around. Anyway, when this sign is engraved on the surface of a huge rock, then the C-like symbol is what represents the enclosure of the hidden treasure deposit. However, this C symbol alone does not provide any clue about which among the rocks around contain the item. Since the sign that we have here on this illustration has a dot, it confirms that the item is present and hidden inside the rock itself. Now, what if there are multiple dots? If you happen to encounter multiple dots, then the first thing that you have to do is to figure out what type of shape they form. Try to interconnect them, and then look for basic shapes like circle, triangle, rectangle or square, and even simply a straight line. There are going to be a lot of patterns, but on this video, let's only cover the most common basic shapes. Multiple dots that form a circle are a very good Yamashita treasure sign, because it confirms that the site is positive, with hidden treasure deposit. But its most interesting meaning is that the hidden item are purely composed of gold objects, which can be gold bars, gold coins, golden Buddha, or combination of the three. Multiple dots that form a rectangle, or square shape, have similar meaning to those that are carved with lines. It basically means that the hidden treasure deposit has an enclosure or container. This also confirms that the site is positive. You may also encounter multiple dots that form a triangle, but in most cases, the dots are often composed of 3 dots only. As for the meaning, it basically refers to the hidden object. It does not tell anything about the location, or any direction for you to follow, unless it is accompanied by another sign. Thus, if you happen to discover multiple dots in triangle arrangement, then you should look for further additional signs, or markers around. If you happen to encounter multiple dots that are arranged in a straight line, they can be interpreted as distance and directions. The number of dots is often the equivalent number of distance, in terms of feet. As for the direction, you have to follow either the two ends of the line. But in most cases, there are additional signs that confirm which end you are going to follow. Several of you guys have encountered multiple dots, combined with other different types of signs. Interpreting them can be quite tricky, because the meaning of the dots can change due to the influence of the sign that they got paired. Let's have a few examples which are based on actual signs encountered, and described, by some of you guys. As you can see on this illustration, we have here a foot sign with multiple dots that encircled it around. I have already covered the meaning of a foot sign in my other videos, and I suggest that you should watch it, in case that you have not seen it yet. Foot sign do really have varied meanings, but the relation of the multiple dots around it refers to the number of hidden volume deposits. On this sign, we have here an arrow encircled by multiple dots around it. Unlike the foot sign, arrow signs purely tell about directions. So when it is combined with multiple dots, these dots are interpreted as the number of distances, which is often in terms of feet, going towards the direction pointed by the arrow sign or marker. As shown on this illustration is a Yamashita treasure sign which composed of a circle, enclosed by multiple dots in rectangular arrangement. Circle signs do have different meanings which depend on the paired symbols. Anyway, this particular sign can be interpreted the same way as the treasure on the spot sign, which is the very first type of sign that we covered on this video. But what's really interesting about this sign is that the number of the dots refers to the equivalent number of depths, which is commonly in terms of feet, before you finally uncover the hidden treasure deposit on that spot. Now, what do you notice with those given examples? I know that you are smart because I strongly believe that all treasure hunters either amateurs or veterans, are good and smart people. So you probably noticed that when multiple dots are paired to a certain sign that gives direction, the dots are interpreted as the number of distances. But when it is paired to a certain sign which confirms the deposit right on that spot, the dots refers to the number of depths. Moreover, multiple dots weren't that commonly used by the Japanese imperial soldiers to give clues about the exact distances, or depths, to their hidden treasure deposits. In most cases, they more often use kanji symbols, because they are a lot harder to be interpreted. Did you enjoy watching my video? If yes, and if you are new to my channel, then you may want to subscribe, like this video, and hit the small notification bell icon. By subscribing and hitting the bell icon, you will receive alerts or notifications about my new published videos. If you want a reading material about treasure hunting, then you may want to visit my blogging website at treasurehunt.club. Thank you very much for watching, and happy treasure hunting.